Predators.
Predators.
To talk about something that you got to be on the lookout for, something that you should pay attention to. Hope that the recording
It's okay.
going well. Yeah. Good, excellent.
I fucked it up, but it's okay.
That's all right.
It's all right.
As long as it's still going. Did we miss my intro?
No, we did not. We just showed all my personal information. It's okay. Yeah. No one rewind and look because
credit cards.
It self-deletes after one view.
I hope so. Well, that's how many we're going to get. Moving on. Yeah. This one's about oversharers and overzealous people. We all run into them, right?
We do.
Be best friends forever. Oh my God, we have everything in common. We should hang out every single night. And you're like, yeah, totally. And they're like, single night. And they grab you by your shirt and you're like, yeah, it's a great idea. And they're like, hang out. And you're like, I don't know. It's pretty far away. I just thought at here, and here, and here. And you're like, whew, it's getting hot in here. Seems like it's getting pretty crowded. They're also related to a group of people who are like kind of like the oversharer. Like they bring you into their life. They're like, I can't get an erection anymore. The other night we were doing it from behind, and you're like, oh, I just met you tonight. I just met you. I just met you. That's my dingling's fine. It's just I can't get it up right now. And you're like, woo.
And then they're like,
but because of grape juice, I have a lot of grape juice. And you're like, I didn't. The thing, sir, but I will pretend to believe you because you seem very adamant about telling me about this. That the kind of people you deal with?
Yeah, I feel like those people also enjoy meals. Very like, oh, this is the most wonderful meal I've ever had. This is so delicious, and it's like that's a hot
communal
dog
thing.
I boiled it, which makes it the worst way to cook a hot dog. And they're like, oh, this is so great.
No, microwaving a hot dog is actually just under.
We should do a taste test challenge where we have what?
I'll put them in order.
Microwave, boil, fry hot dog, grill.
Fry sounds pretty good.
You like the fry, huh? You do get kind of like
bologna,
a greasy
almost
coating on it that makes it taste a little bit different.
It splits and does that weird shape thing. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I know what's up.
Best hot dog ever.
Baby.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing over there? I got a little thing on my feet. Can you check it out for me? I don't want to go to the doctor, but I'm pretty sure your opinion's good enough. I trust you fully.
Oh, look at this. Smell it. Smell this. I believe you. It's okay.
So the oversharers and
overzealous, like they want to be
at
you and like identify them, but they are identified right away.
So like there's a mistrust there that happens immediately when someone is like not on the same page as you. You're just kind of like, whoa, like you can't tell what else they are completely in space about. Like they might have opinions that just make no sense at all, but you don't even care about those opinions because you're already getting the ones that you don't care about and the other ones you care even less about.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Person who is so out there and so on the vine, they're like people, it's like a book. You have to read them a little bit. With these people, they're screaming at you. They're reading their pages out loud and
throwing wads of paper that just like shout the words at hitting you in the eye. You're trying to like wipe it off your face as you're getting like pummeled over and over again.
If I pee in my pants, ha ha ha, and you're going on, and you're like, oof.
They like tell you about their surgeries that they've had. Like, have you gotten those people? Like, they feel like
definitely
almost like they don't have anybody to tell, which is kind of sad.
Some of them, I think there are varieties of them. Like, there are some that are so benign. No.
Benign?
No, like really boring. Banal, maybe?
Banal,
that's what I meant. So it's banal. Like, it's literally the most boring thing where they're like...
What was that?
You've gone banal. I've seen it. I hope it didn't cut out.
You did.
Oh Jesus. The weirdest thing, and they're like, they've got you on the edge of their seat. And they're like, my boss said, why would you? Like, relax.
So all the stories, they would just like reiterate stories that don't matter.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, way too about these their life in a way and making you a part of it when you didn't necessarily ask to be, and it necessarily.
When they talk about their friends, like their friends are your friends. Oh, Sarah,
Oh my
she's always
God,
going over
Dylan.
the water cooler. She just, do you know? Did you see the thing that she does? I just can't believe it's like I don't.
We don't know.
We don't. Yeah.
No.
You didn't preface your story. You just assumed that I knew the preface. Like, did you give me a pamphlet earlier? I was supposed to read through it. How was I?
Was I supposed to memorize all of them?
Cliff notes on your life. Like, here you go. I'm gonna put this in your pocket. Just read it later. You'll understand me completely. How creepy would that be if you were at? If that's how you hit on women, you're like, this is my story.
I will be back later.
You will want to dial this number at the end. Just, you'll be fine. Just call me. You'll love it.
It's probably a thing back in time. I'm sure it is.
Do you think actors are like this? Like Hollywood actors? They're probably all like, oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, they love you. Oh.
I almost feel like it's the opposite. The only people they deal with are people who love them.
That actor. Well, I guess there's two types of actors, right? There's the actors that made it, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with these people. And then there's the actors that are trying to make it, which is a majority of people, I would assume.
80-20 rule. We're making that up, but sounds good.
80-20 was like 80% of the work, and the last 20% of the project.
And the populace does 20% work, and 20% of the populace does 80% of the work.
That too, I guess.
Like 80% of the pay, or whatever. There's a whole bunch of things for it.
So, what's your solution here?
So these people, I think the best way to advise them is have ears or eyes. There, you're good. You'll figure it out.
Have excuses.
Kind of. Just don't engage them. Like, not be rude to them. Not be like,
look away. Avert your eyes. Whenever they speak, you just go.
I'm violently ill on the floor.
Yeah.
Right in front of them.
Yeah. I'm kind of having a seizure right now. My eye twitches. And that's how you know.
But I feel bad for them a little bit.
Yeah, because they need somebody to listen to them. It just doesn't have to be you.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then done. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, thanks. Catch up with you later.
You always want to end on a good note, too. Because you don't want them to be the one that snaps and then just blows away the whole office.
Wait, they could be the ones. I think office blower awayers are less talky.
You think so? You think they're the person that just like grinds away and then one day they snap?
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's probably.
Anyway.
Do you know anybody like that, Nick?
People can be avoided if you're careful around them. Overshare with them because they will share back 10 times whatever you're sharing. So if you give them a morsel, they'll give you a meal. If you give them a meal, they'll give you 14 meals in a row. So you have to like tone it down and look too much.
They'll give you every Thanksgiving from now until forever.
You kind of cross over with that overzealous thing where hangout date 6 more. So give them a hey, maybe. And you'll get hey, maybe in a week. Like they push the envelope, but at least they're not pushing it to every night. They're not pushing you. They're not trying to get in your face. They're not trying to hang out and become best friends. You gotta set a goalpost pretty far. Be like, hang out, and they'll be like next Wednesday. You're like, ooh, how about like a few weeks?
This is me in college trying to hit on women.
Hey, I like you. Oh my God, I like you too. How about we get together in a few weeks?
Yeah. I'd love to see you like next month sometime. It's like, what? Huh?
In January.
Yeah. There's a lot of time when we're not together.
Weather.
You could fill that time some other time.
If you think we might be talking about you,
we are.
Share as much, folks. Yeah. And for the rest of us, Just kidding.
Ugh.
I will admit one thing. I'm a little bit like that.
Hi, my name's
people.
Nick.
No. I'm like the
Don't
ultimate
you like the new
bathroom
Tool
talker.
album? Did you listen to that riff?
Oh, that is what I would say, but I wouldn't say to a stranger.
Yeah. Unless the stranger was like, he just nodded once, and he'd be like, "You're not a stranger anymore. You're my friend."
Oh, dude, let's talk
We love
about.
Tool, don't we? Oh.
Did it get you like it got me? Come on in my car. We're going to listen to it for an hour. I'm going to crank the volume, roll up the window so we don't lose any sound, and it's just me and you, pal. Me and you. Avoid those people at all costs if you can help it. They're everywhere. And last but not least,
Predators.